All right, what's up, guys? This is the very first AGO Kai Chapter podcast, and I'm here with my friend Mateo and fellow brother.
Hello, my name is Mateo, also known as No Nut. This is my third year here, and I've been doing AGO basically for ever since I got to Liberty, pretty much, yeah.
Awesome. So Mateo No Nut Reyes, and so my name is Henry Havana Nagila Moreno. So actually, before we do go into any of those, before we go into any of the topics, let's explain our pledge names.
Okay, yeah, this actually happened the first day that I met the guys, but basically what happened was we went to Cookout. This was the first time, this was the first event that I went to. It ended up being, we ended up going to Putt Fun, I believe it's called.
No, it's
Putt
called
City.
yeah, it's
It
called
was
like
a
Tiny Town.
No, it's not Tiny Town. It's called like Putt City or something. It was like a mini golf place. It was pretty fun. But then after that we went to Cookout, and basically what happened was I wanted a caramel milkshake, and I didn't know this, but apparently you have to kind of ask them to clean the mixers, or else there's gonna be some old residue from the milkshakes that they made in the past. And I didn't know this, and basically I have an allergic reaction to anything nut related. And as soon as I started drinking the caramel shake, I felt something that was like some, and then I took a taste, and there were walnuts inside the milkshake, and I was like, "What the heck?" So then, so then I spat it out, but then I started feeling my tongue, like, and my lips at the same time swelling up a little bit, and I kind of started panicking a little bit because it's been a long time since I've actually had, like, okay, I was gonna say no, I can't say that. No, it was it's been a long time since I've had that type of thing, like, enter my system. And like, I had an EpiPen in the room, but like I had no idea like how I was supposed to do it, if I was even supposed to do it, because I didn't really feel it that much, but it basically kind of interrupted the entire event for AGO. And and then, like,
We had the sister sorority come up that same day
yeah,
too.
we did have the sister sorority come up, but it was still a fun time for sure.
Mhm.
But like, you know, after maybe like 30 minutes, the pain was it 30 minutes? Maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, the pain started to go away, and then I went back to go with the guys in the sister sorority, and yeah, that's basically how I got my name. It's because I literally cannot have any nuts in my mouth.
Hey yo, but yeah. Anyway, so my name is Havana Nagila, and so when I came into AGO as a freshman, our president at the time was Matt Salduti, and it took them literally like a while for them to figure out my name. It took them like a whole semester to finally get me and Dion's name at the time, and they just, I don't know why, they just couldn't figure out our names. And after like a semester getting to know them, just through inside jokes, they finally came up with our name. And so the story behind my name is that, so I don't know why, but I thought that like Matt was like Jewish or something, like half Jewish, but he's half Italian, half Polish. And I swear I thought he said Jewish, half Italian, half Jewish, but he wasn't. So I don't know what happened, but I thought you confirmed it was like, I'm not Jewish. And it just kind of became an inside joke, and I would always call him like Jew all the time because he's from New Jersey, and he's working in the financial industry too, which doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But yeah,
It's the haircut too. It
yeah,
kind of looks like that, like the.
he's got the
what is it
dirty
called?
jersey cut, like
Yeah.
greasy,
Yeah.
like what's the name of that movie?
I don't know.
What's it called? It's Martin Scorsese.
Mm. It's like-
Goodfellas.
yeah.
Goodfellas. But yeah, so I would just call him Jewish all the time.
Hmm.
And also from the Cayman Islands, and there's no Cuban cigars allowed in the U.S. There's a whole embargo on it,
Hmm.
and Cayman actually has the Cuban cigars. There's like so many shops that sell a lot of Cuban cigars because there's a lot of Cubans back home. And I made like a remark just saying like, oh yeah, I can get you guys like Cuban cigars because Matt's really like cigars,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and so I made that like kind of like joke, and yeah, And so there's a famous Jewish song called Hava Nagila, and that's just kind of how it all like fit together. Havana, like Cuba,
Not
and
Cuba,
then
'cause you're from
Nagila. So that was my name. It's nothing not as funny as your name, but it is still pretty cool.
No. Yeah,
But
for
yeah.
sure.
So let's talk about Rush. So it's been 2 weeks. It's been going okay. We've had some fun
Yeah.
events so far, just like between the 5 or 7 or 8 of us.
hmm
But like, just on your opinion, how's Rush been going? How do you feel Rush has been going?
So, you know, I'm still, I'm still getting used to running Rush along with Henry because this is my first time being vice president, and there's a lot to take care of for sure. There's a lot of events that you need to take care of. You also got to make sure that you're watching over the pledges as well, and also making sure that they feel included in this type of stuff. Because if you don't, they're just gonna be sitting there. They're gonna be wondering like, okay, when can I get out of here and that type of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a learning experience. It's awesome. It's pretty good because we've had quite a few guys come by. Quite a few of them have been pretty promising. But
What do you like so far?
who do I like so far? I definitely so Andrew has definitely been coming to the meetings.
Oh, Bahamas guy?
Yeah, the Bahamas guy. He's been coming to the meetings. He's definitely a really cool guy.
I don't think we actually know his name. We just call him Bahamas guy. Other than you, like
Yeah.
I didn't know his name until like right now. But we kept on referring him as Bahamas guy.
Bahamas
for the
guy.
past
Yep,
2 weeks.
his name is Andrew. Yeah, this is awesome. I love him. Definitely really friendly, awesome to talk to. Another guy who came to presentation night. His name is Mac. He's definitely also a really chill guy.
Mm.
Those two that definitely I feel like if they join, we definitely like have a pretty good time with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rush's been pretty good too. We've had some pretty solid events. We had the info night, which was okay. We had like 2 guys show up. But it was still kind of cool to like just talk and vibe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then day 2, we had the movie night. We went to James's house and watched Hacksaw Ridge, which was kind of, I don't know why, we're just feeling like, we're just thinking about doing like war movies, and we're just feeling
Yeah,
we just felt the vibe watching a war movie.
honestly, that one could have gone better. Like if we watched a comedy movie instead, there would be a
Mhm.
little more interactions. But we still enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, and it's cool because Hacksaw Ridge is about a guy named Desmond Doss who's from Lynchburg,
yeah, he's
Virginia.
from here too. Yeah.
And that's, if you don't know, Liberty University's in Lynchburg, Virginia, so it was kind of cool to see that.
Mhm.
And then we had, what did we have on Thursday? Did we do anything on Thursday? No, we had something on Friday. We had the ski. We went to Snowflakes.
Oh
to
yeah,
ski.
Snowflakes. Yeah, a couple
Snow-
guys showed up for that.
That was a better turnout.
Yeah, that was probably the best turnout we had like all 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. We had like 4 or 5 guys show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bombs guy came back again for that one. We had some other kid who we didn't really. The other guys we didn't talk to as much, which is something I kind of regret a little bit.
Mhm.
But one was like iffy, and the other 2 guys were pretty chill.
Yeah.
So hopefully that guy comes back again, and I think Bahamas guy was pretty chill. Hopefully he'll come back.
Bahamas guy. Yeah. hmm
But and then what else did we do last week? What did we do? Oh yeah, Monday was PowerPoint night.
Right.
That was fun. That's always been
That's
the better
always
one.
my highlight for us. Yeah, that's my favorite event of all time.
Who do you think was the best?
I don't really want to go into detail with this because
They're pretty crazy.
yeah, they're pretty crazy. Let's see. Josiah was great. Josiah was.
The size was good. I liked
yeah, I
Matt's.
Josiah's.
Matt's was not bad. I liked the thing that was really fun about Matt's
Mhm.
slide was the very first slide with the monkey one. That was pretty funny. And then
Yeah.
I didn't think mine was that bad. I think
No.
people got the jokes like later.
We got the jokes, but you scared the heck out of us. Like you were stalking our
Oh, I can't-
Facebooks, dude.
You that's your parents' fault. You guys are your moms are always.
Dude, that wasn't
posting your
even from
picture
my
on-
mom's. That was from Max. You said that was from Max.
Yeah, Max. Thanks, Max, if you're watching this. I stalked your Instagram profile picture and I found Mateo when he was like maybe 12 in Japan.
I think I was like 14 or 15 when that took.
14, 15?
Yeah. But I just look really young there, yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun event.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Tuesday we had a Bible study which was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Josiah, who's our new chaplain right now, he got a really good message. He talked about agape love, and then he broke
Mhm.
down different biblical texts in Greek, which I
Yeah.
thought was really cool. And there's a lot more meaning in the Greek text.
No, yeah. Like when he explained Jesus asking Peter, "Do you love me?" the three different times, it turns out in the Greek, every single time that Jesus said, like, you know, do you love me, and Peter, they were talking about two different loves. They weren't saying, do you love me, and yes, I love you. They were saying specifically, like, you know, do you agape me, and then Peter would reply with, yes, I phileo you. And that's something that kind of gets lost in translation, and probably the reason why it's so important to study other translations, because you get that meaning that, you know, you can't get in another language.
And then, so we decided to extend Rush for another week. We'll meet tomorrow for our chapter meeting to discuss like what we'll do. Because I think it's better and it's worth it. And there's some things that we definitely could have improved on for Rush for sure.
For sure.
Like we didn't table, and we finally got a table. Matt, I was supposed to go with Matt to Richmond with another friend of Matt's, because Matt's friend has like a full-up table, and they were and she was like, Matt's friend was driving all the way to Richmond to visit family, and they allowed her to use that white table just for us, so that was really cool of them. And I was supposed to go with them because originally they were supposed to leave at like Wednesday evening, but then they changed it to Wednesday morning. I had class, and I'm still catching up because I got into some classes late, and so I've been catching up, and I can't really like miss class, so I wasn't able to go with them to help out, but that was really cool. So we have that table, and my idea is to like maybe pass out like some beverages, like hot chocolate or something, and then before they can have like the hot chocolate, they have to like follow us on Instagram, so we'll have like a little QR code on the table, so it gets more people to follow us on Instagram, but also more people we can reach out to and be like, hey, this is who we are. We're a Christian fraternity. We're the only fraternity and Greek organization on campus. We're having these events. We'd love you to make it. If you can't, that's fine, but spread the word, bring your friends. It's a great opportunity, and we'll just give them a little bit more of who we are. So we'll figure out some events. What do you think we could... Did they still have the paintball field here at Liberty, or no?
I've never been to the paintball field. I don't know.
Yeah, so we could do that. There's some other stuff we can do. I'm sure we can figure that out on Sunday. And then, but yeah, so I think it's worth it to push it for another week.
Oh yeah, we haven't even did the bid dinner yet.
We don't have enough people to do it. We only have like 2 guys that are maybe promising.
Yeah.
And so and even that alone is not even enough of a guarantee for the whole like pledge process. And then we have Bobby and Trent. But I haven't. I mean, Bobby came to prayer and to the what am I talking about? Bible study.
Bible study.
So we have those 2 guys still, but I still want a bigger pledge class. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll share a little bit about our AGO experiences, which are always pretty cool. But I'll leave that to Mateo. You want to go first and just talk about your AGO experience too far? Just kind of summarize a little bit.
Yeah. All I can really say is this is literally like an amazing group of guys. You know, I've like all of these guys, you know, in AGO are my best friends, and I feel like that friendship is gonna last like, you know, way past college. You know, the connections that you make here at AGO, not even just connections, but like the relationships that you make here in AGO are a lot less, you know, artificial, a lot less, and a lot more, you know, like you feel like you belong here, that type of thing. It's really awesome, you know, all the guys care for you so much. They want the best out of you, and, you know, you want the best for them. So you try to help them as much as possible. And, you know, yeah, that's at least that's my experience in the past 3 years that I've been doing this whole AGO thing. And it's been amazing, yeah.
It's awesome. I'll ask one thing. A lot of freshmen have a lot of, like, conflicts when it comes to joining AGO. Because they're like, oh, this is cool, like, this is a fun group of guys, but I already have my hall. My hall's already doing this event. There's some times where, like, I'll talk to somebody who's interested in AGO and be like, hey, we're doing this tonight. Are you still going to be able to make it? And they're like, oh, sorry, I changed my mind. My hall's doing this activity. I'm going to go with them instead. For you, like, why did you choose AGO over your hall? Especially you as a freshman.
And yeah, those are, you know, those are completely understandable, you know, reasons why, you know, you wouldn't join AGO. But there are also, you know, when you talk to AGO guys, you know, you're getting them, you know, like, you're getting, like, us. Like, there's nothing behind it, you know. If you're talking to your CGL, for example, they're going to report some of the things that they said in the CGL groups to the RAs. So in a way, it's a little bit daunting to be able like to tell anything to your CGL sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You have those times when you might be in a situation and you tell them and then they report it to your RAs and then it starts a whole thing on your hall and that type of thing won't happen in AGO. We'll listen to you, we'll guide you, we'll try to understand what you're going through, and that type of thing is really only something that it's not something that you can get at your halls.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something I wish I realized earlier on because it's awesome.
Yeah, actually adding on to that, it's interesting that you brought that up with the whole like CGL thing. I love my CGLs. I'm still in contact with
for sure. Oh yeah,
all four of them.
I love my
And
CGLs.
I still went to them. And being an AGO, I still go to my CGL groups all the time.
Yeah, I'm still in contact with one of them too. Yeah,
That's cool. But yeah, I was talking to one brother, and he was just going through a hard time this week, and just completely in tears. And he did something that he shouldn't have done, and he was just feeling really crappy about it, just feeling really convicted about it, but to a point where it was like overwhelming. Like he was like putting so much weight on his shoulders about it. And he was like saying, and I told him, I was like, do you talk about it with your CGL groups? And he's like, to be honest, I'm afraid to, because I don't want them to report me. Not saying that they will. I think there's a little bit more trust in the system now, because I know Liberty's changed some things up with the whole like confidentiality thing between like student and RA, unless it's like super serious, of course.
Yeah.
But this situation wasn't really serious. He just did something he shouldn't have done. But yeah, he was feeling pretty bad about it, and he hadn't done it in a long time. And I was like, man, like if you're struggling with this, like, and you were able to go on this long without that, there's some people who can't even go within like an hour or 24 hours without something that they're struggling with. And so I thought that was really interesting. And it was cool to have that experience, to talk to him on the phone and pray for him and talk to him about it and just like, hey, I struggle with this too sometimes. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, we all have our own issues. Like, to be honest, some of these guys also struggle with some of the same things that you do. Like, you just always talk to us about it, and it'll always stay between us. And the better thing is, we'll help you we'll walk through with you. Sorry, I don't know. I need to say this better. We'll walk through with you, like through every step, and we'll keep you accountable. And not like in the negative way where we're like shaking our fingers at you, but like we'll be like, hey, how are you doing? How's it going? Or are you being able to stay away from this? Are you feeling any temptation lately or whatever? And so, yeah, so I thought it was a really cool experience to share that with him. And that's something that we provide, I'm not saying every CGO will be like that, but I think there's a little bit more trust in those kind of gray areas, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, HE has been great for me with my experience. I joined as a freshman, so I've been doing this the whole 4 years. Same with Mateo. He's in his third year. He's been doing this his freshman year.
Yeah.
It was a lot smaller when I did it. It was literally just 2 guys in an apartment. I thought it was going to be way bigger than I thought it would be. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. Just because it was my freshman year, and I was still figuring things out with classes. And I had only been in college for like 2 or 3 weeks. But I just kind of hung around and stuck around with them. And we wouldn't even have like proper meetings like we do now. We would literally just be in Matt's apartment, talking, sharing some updates, and sharing a meal and watching Star Wars in his living room. It was really chill and laid back. But then over time, me and Dion joined, so it made us a bigger group of 4. And then David Nolan joined, which made us 5. And he stuck around the year after because we had 1 more year. And then your group really helped us out. Like we had originally had 6, I think. No, we had a lot. We had like maybe 7 or 8. We had a huge group, and then some guys like decided last minute they didn't want to do it, or just dumb stuff happened and they just didn't want to do it anymore. But your group really helped us grow a lot. Like we initiated that 4 of you during that fall semester, and then the semester after we initiated 3 more with your roommate and family friend James, and also Josiah, who's also your roommate now. He's one of my first friends from freshman year, and it took me forever to finally convince him to do AGO because he would enjoy going to the events, but he was just like, I don't know, it might be too big of a commitment for me, or this might be too much. But then once I started to invite him a little bit more, like just to hang out with us, just to study, and I think that really helped him bond even deeper. And it was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do Big Eye.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Matt Hellman as well too.
Matt Hellman.
And then And then last year we didn't really do as much as I'd wanted. And then this semester we finally did Big Eye for the first time in a while, and that was a pretty good Big Eye as well too. It took a while, we had to budget so many times, we had to re-budget so many times.
Yeah.
We couldn't find like an ideal place for a while.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
It was so expensive, but we got it to work, and
Yeah.
the better thing is Matt and Lucas had like a good experience, which I think mattered a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know. Sorry for rambling too much. But yeah, is there any experience from AGO or a favorite memory that you have that you'd like to share?
I think the the first time I met you guys, like I said, that's literally how my name became, No Nut. I'd say that's like the most memorable,
Mm-hmm.
memorable memory, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
For me, yeah. But yeah, if I'm adding anything else, I guess I could say, AGO is not just like, it's not just like a brotherhood in your circle. There's like tens and 20 of like other chapters all over the US that have gone through the exact same thing as we have gone through. They understand, we're all, we're a Christian fraternity, and we're all trying to pursue God, and we're trying to pursue, his calling for us, right? So you're not just establishing connections with the people here, at Liberty, but you're also connecting with the people like all over the US. And this fraternity has been here, I think, yeah, it's been here for
1927.
1927. It's
Almost 100
100
years.
years now, yeah.
Almost.
And there
100
have
years, yeah.
been many, many other people that have, like, that are in your major that are doing the exact same thing as what you did, as what you're studying for. So you can go on LinkedIn or something, or they actually just made an app for a bunch of AGO alumni and people that are in AGO, and you can go and talk to them. If you're in your major, you reach out to them, and then you start having a conversation, and that could pose as a possible job opportunity for you. And it's like that type of thing. That doesn't exactly exist at Liberty. You don't have that same deep connection of being, in a brotherhood like that, while also being, in the same major, being able to like connect with people. Like, it's really easy. You just hook up with people by, just talking to them and saying, "Yo, I'm from AGO too." "Oh, you're from AGO? Oh, that's awesome." And then like, you've started a connection with them, and yeah, like, I don't know. That's a really awesome thing. It's a really cool thing that you can just, talk to people like that just because of like, who you are and who you surround yourself with and that type of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Favorite AGO memory for me? I don't know. At least I can't remember one from the top of my head, but I mean, all the big guys are always so much fun. Like, especially for us actives, it's a lot of fun for us to bond, and when the pledges are doing their thing, we're like going around, like adventuring, taking pictures, just exposing ourselves to the beautiful nature and the wildlife. It's just a fun time for us to vibe.
Yeah.
So those are fun memories. When we travel, like we went to DC
Yeah.
one time. Well, that wasn't really like an AGO thing, but there was a lot of us in AGO with a bunch of our friends.
It was kind of like an AGO thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah. Me and Dion went to Charlotte one time, my freshman year, like a month after we got initiated.
Okay.
And we visited the UNC chapter,
Mhm.
and we were supposed to stay there for like a weekend, but like Dion had something, so we ended up staying only for like just the afternoon. But it was still fun. We woke up early and did a road trip, and we hung out with them. They gave us a tour of the campus, and we saw a little bit of Charlotte. It was fun. It was cool to meet those guys. It was like one of my first no, I take that back. That's like another cool AGO out of like Liberty experience I had, because I met some of the Westchester guys from my first Big Eye, and then when David did his Big Eye, there was a bunch of the Westchester guys I got to meet, especially during like the pledge interviews. I got to meet a lot of guys from different chapters, from the West Coast to, the Midwest and the South.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we're gonna break it off here. But this was kind of a little fun experiment. I would like to maybe do this like once every week, or once every 2 weeks, something like that. It'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm working on bringing some cool guest speakers who are AGO alumni from other universities like UCLA, Berkeley, Westchester, Appalachian State, even chapters that aren't even around like Baylor or Arizona State, things like that. But there's still guys around, even if their chapters like end up dissolving because of so and so. They're still around. That community's still there, and there's some really cool guys who've done some really cool things. That worked for some of the biggest companies in the world, like Google, Microsoft, CNN. There's some guys who are like full-on surgeons.
Yeah.
There's guys who are in the military. Like some really cool stories that I think will be really beneficial to these guys.
Yeah, he brought somebody in from Google last semester to like speak, and it was awesome. Yeah.
And it was cool for you because you're a software engineer.
Yeah,
he was a
he's
software engineer.
too, yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why I want to bring everybody from who's representing at least somebody in their chapter for what they're studying. So like I found a JAG the other day. I think he's from South Carolina, and if you don't know what a JAG is, it's like a lawyer but for the military, and that's what Jacob Slusser, old president from last year, that's what he's studying. He wants to be a lawyer, but he wants to be in the military. So I think that'd be really cool for him to just talk to and get that networking opportunity. That's my biggest goal. This is like a huge reach, but it's really up to you guys if you guys want it. But I would love this to be a real testimony in the sense that, for example, you reached out to the guy from Google, and he's like, hey, can you hook me up with an internship or something, or a full-time job even if you want? And he's like, yeah, we can maybe set something up, and he gives you an actual internship, and then maybe that turns into a real life job, and then you can actually testify that like next year and be like, hey, I met this guy from AGO, and just the fact that he was a brother, it gave me a little bit more of an advantage in the professional world, and I was able to get an interview or an internship or a job just through knowing him and just being in the same fraternity. So that's my biggest goal, and I'd like that to happen at least one or two of your,
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I would like to turn this podcast with those those guest speakers too. Like we can record them, and I'll put them on Instagram or YouTube, or even share it to AGO National. And so I definitely have a vision for this podcast, and I don't want it to be just like a one-time thing. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. But anything else from you, Mateo?
Nope. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
See ya.